Okay, in the last video we actually set this document up. You can see that it's 8 inches wide by 10 inches tall, and that is the dimensions of our book cover. Notice the margins that I set for ½ an inch are sitting here. This is probably about where the most I will put my text inside of this box, is not to get it too close to the edge. And notice this area out here in the red, that is our bleed area. Just remember that from this line to the edge of the page will eventually be cut away by a printer or print shop in order to create a full bleed effect. That is, the image looks like it bleeds off the edge of the paper. With that said, one of the first things I do want to do is go to File and do a Save. Because my document is untitled, I am going to go to the desktop on my computer, which I'm already there, and remember the subfolder we created a little bit ago called Book Covers. I'm going to double click to go inside of that, and I'm just going to title this Book Covers INDD. And it's InDesign document, and now we're covered. At least we're saved. So the next step, I want to bring in some images and things of that nature, but in order to do so, I'm going to go out to the web, find a couple graphics, and then I'm going to pull them into Photoshop and change them from an RGB, which 9 times out of 10, that is the color profile that you'll find the graphics on the web. But we want to make this as realistic as possible. So we're creating these or preparing these graphics for print. That is for CMYK. And it's very easy to do a conversion in Photoshop. So first things first, let's go out to the web. And of course I'm going to Google, and I'm going to look for Australia images. And I like going to Google, and then when I'm in Google, I click on the images link, and from here I can see all sorts of graphics. And I'm going to scroll through here and find one I potentially like. I'm going to go click Outback as one of the, I like this one a lot because of the colors. So I'm going to go ahead and click this. So what you do once you find an image in Google Image, click on it. And depending on the size of the image, it may take a second or two to preview itself in the browser. Now what I would typically look for is hover over images, and anything from 900 pixels and above. It's a fairly large image. It's better to scale down than scale up. So this is 1920 by 1080 pixels. That's pretty large graphic. So even though it may not appear here. Now on the Mac, I like the image. I'm going to hold down on the Control key, and I'm going to Control click to get the drop down menu, and I'm going to say I want to copy the image. At that point is in the clipboard. I am then going to run over and launch Photoshop, which I happen to have open, and I'm going to do File, New, and wait for the new dialog box to come up. And I'm going to select Clipboard. Notice 1920 by 1080. That was the image that I clicked, because Photoshop looks at the clipboard first, ascertains its size, and accommodates accordingly, which is really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and click Create, and then I'm just going to go to Edit, Paste, and there's my graphic that I pulled in from the web. So I copied it from the web, pasted it into Photoshop. Notice it says RGB, because this was a JPEG image, and it stands for red, green, blue, but we want to convert this to CMYK. And we'll do this rather quickly and save it as a TIFF file that then I will import into InDesign. This is a crucial step. So we go to Image, go to Mode, and we select CMYK Color. You'll get a dialog box. Go ahead and click Flatten. You'll get another dialog box that tells you you're converting to CMYK. Click OK again. You may notice a color shift. If not, that's good. Lastly, what I want to do is go to File, Save As. When the dialog box comes up, I'm going to navigate to my book covers folder to store everything in there. See, there's my book covers INDD file. And I'm just going to call this Pick 01 TIFF. Save it as a TIFF file. Click Save. Click OK.